Hey, Pretty Girl Club. So I wanted to make another episode of Comment Foolery Exposed. In this episode, we will be discussing the beautiful influencer Ari Fletcher. So, if I'm not mistaken, she went from YouTube to I guess, dating rappers. And I'm not sure if she's doing music or anything, but I know she's kind of in Hollywood now. So, she's definitely known for kind of social climbing. She seems to use maybe relationships or social media popularity to her advantage, which is what I promote on this channel. So cheers to Ari Fletcher. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of jealous women, they love to come for women with Ari Fletcher's phenotype, and they specifically will try to be disingenuous and lie and say that women like Ari Fletcher are ugly or mediocre. And so let's look into some of these comments. And by the way, these comments came from Instagram. So, you know those celebrity tea Instagrams or those Instagram pages where they try to show this person got fillers or whatever. It's kind of like a shady Instagram. So think of the Shade Room or something like that. I can't remember the exact Instagram channel name, but here are some of the comments from that. So they posted Ari Fletcher's picture, and somebody said, the definition of not being cute, just light skinned. So I'm going to pull up some pictures of Ari Fletcher again, and I would like to know what is ugly about Ari Fletcher? Eyes, nose, lips, teeth, what is ugly about her? What facial features are ugly? Is it her hair texture that's ugly, her skin tone? Because I don't see anything ugly. So it's funny how they will say things like, you're not cute, you're just light skinned. But then when you ask them, okay, what's the ugly feature on me? I'm ugly where? Then they go silent because they know that they can't name anything that's ugly. They just don't like you because you are the opposite. You're actually pretty and light skinned. I've noticed a lot of women who have inferiority complexes, they get triggered by pretty women who look different than them. They get triggered by confident women who look different than them and who kind of love themselves out loud. And it's like, what is it about my confidence that makes you so upset? I don't get mad if an unambiguous black woman thinks she's cute or, she wants to flaunt her appearance or she wants to be on Instagram. I don't get mad about that. And so they'll say terms like, you're not cute, you're just light skinned, but then they can't name what features you have that are ugly because they don't want to expose their internalized anti-blackness, because usually the features they think are ugly on you are your African features, but they don't want to reveal that. They just want to call you ugly for no reason because they want you to feel ugly, because a lot of the people who say these comments, they feel ugly. And so they get mad when they come across someone who doesn't feel ugly. This one says, girl, yes, them light brights be passing because of they color, but them features don't be featuring. So again, what features are not featuring? Which of her features looks ugly? Notice how nobody has named that yet? Somebody else said, she's not cute, I'm sorry. So once again, if I would have come on a dark-skinned black woman's page, or if I would have pulled up images on my YouTube channel of dark-skinned black women and picked apart their features, you would call it racist. Just like how you did with Romeo and Juliet. With that black woman that's playing Juliet, people were making fun of her features and saying things like, I'm sorry, she's not cute. And then you guys called it racism to the point where they disabled the comment section so that people couldn't comment on her appearance, yet it's okay to freely comment on a light-skinned woman's appearance. And the reason that they feel it's okay is because they view you as being higher up than them on a social hierarchy. They view you as being on a pedestal. And so they feel like it's okay to bully you, but they feel sorry for the women who look like themselves. They don't want to kick somebody that they already view as being at the bottom, but they will go against someone like Ari Fletcher because they feel like Ari Fletcher is a preference. In fact, some of them even call us the nickname preference. Somebody else is trying to argue and say she's not light skinned. She says, what do you mean? She's light brown and she's pretty. Okay, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Light brown is light skinned. Technically, we're all brown. We're all people of color. Beige in the dictionary is a shade of light brown. That's literally the definition of the word beige. Tan, it's also, the definition is a shade of light brown. So light brown is still light skinned, but it's like, why do you care what she calls her skin tone anyway? Why do you care that other people view Ari Fletcher as light skinned? Why do you feel the need to come in and comment and then 326 people agreed and said, oh yeah, she's light brown? And it's like, why did you have to throw on the term brown? You're putting the term brown on there because you pedestalize lightness. You pedestalize light skin, and you guys believe that light skin is a trophy that you want to only hand out to a select few. You believe that light skin is a pedestal, and so you don't want to hand out that pedestal, even though you can see clearly with your own eyes that Ari Fletcher would absolutely benefit from colorism. To pretend that Ari Fletcher is somehow not light-skinned is extremely disingenuous. But anyway, somebody responded and they said light brown where? So I'm glad that person responded. Somebody else said, she's not light-skinned. Y'all throw that word around too much. As a black woman, she is just a light brown. Like, so do you see how she used that language? She is just a light brown. So you can tell actually by that language right there. Let's look up the definition of the word just, because a lot of people are not very smart, and so they don't realize what they're actually implying. Okay, some of the definitions of just are barely, by a little, simply, only, no more than. So do you see how she says she's just a light brown? So by using that language alone, she is creating a hierarchy with light skin or white passing skin really at the top, and then anything with any brown in it, oh, it's just light brown. It's just barely by a little. It's no more. It's a little bit less. It's not that great. It's just light brown. So do you see how she's diminishing brown? And by the way, who are the darkest brown people in the world? Oh, that's right, unambiguous, monoracial, dark-skinned black women. One of the other synonyms for just is at best. You know how they say average at best? So her saying she's just light brown, what she really means is she's light brown at best. So, but by using a synonym for the phrase at best, she doesn't realize that she's implying that the lighter you are, the better you are. So she's dissing herself here. She's dissing dark-skinned women right here in this sentence. Sometimes I am literally appalled at the way that people expose themselves. Somebody else says, she's light brown. Sweetie is caramel. Ari is like the same complexion as Willow Smith and Jada Pinkett. So let's pull up Sweetie and let's compare her to Caramel, because that's extremely disingenuous. Sweetie is way lighter than Caramel. Ari Fletcher is not the same as Willow and Jada Pinkett. It really doesn't matter because they're all light skinned, honestly. But yeah, do you see how they do this thing where they want to blackify you? They want to darken you. They want to convince yourself and others that you are way darker than what you really are. And they're doing that because they don't want anyone to be lighter than them. I've noticed this pattern where a lot of unambiguous people or pro-black people, they don't want to admit when someone's lighter than them, and they definitely don't want to admit when someone is way lighter than them. So what they'll do is they'll try to make you darker than what you are. So I have seen it get as crazy as someone calling light-skinned people chocolate. Like, I've had people come on my channel and actually say that even Doja Cat is not light-skinned. So it's like, okay, Doja Cat's not light-skinned, Ari Fletcher is not light-skinned. So just admit that you're trying to erase light-skinned. And what they're doing is they're trying to make the light-skinned category smaller and smaller and smaller so that we cannot say that we're light-skinned, because again, they view the term light-skinned as a compliment, and then they view brown and dark-skinned as being just regular. You heard it on my video when I talked about how they will tell dark-skinned exoticals you're just a regular black woman, and they're saying that because they feel like you're too dark to be mixed, and so they're equating dark skin and like dark brown skin tones with just being average and regular. Some of them even say things like, you're a regular, degular black woman. So it's like you guys are associating blackness with being regular, degular. Anyway, let's continue. Somebody else says, I'm not gonna hold you. I never see what y'all see. Her face kind of scary to me. I think it's the eyebrows. Like, why are they so extreme? I don't know. But she richer than me. Go off, sis. Once again, just another hating comment. Like, have you ever noticed how when you're really pretty, people will try to call out the smallest flaw? Like, oh, what's wrong with her eyebrows? And it's like, really? You, out of all the things, basically you couldn't find any other major flaws to where you had to call out your eyebrows, which can easily be erased with makeup remover or a razor. And honestly, the way pretty privilege works, you don't have to have perfect eyes, perfect nose, perfect lips, perfect eyebrows in order to receive pretty privilege. But I've noticed that for some women, they don't have pretty privilege and they pedestalize it so much to the point where they think you have to have this perfect, impeccable beauty and every single feature of yours has to be perfect in order for you to get pretty privilege. And so what they'll do is they'll try to call out a small flaw on you. They'll try to be like, "Oh, your hair's a little bit frizzy, or your lace front doesn't look that good. You didn't gel down your baby hairs. You didn't gel your edges. Oh, your eyebrows aren't penciled in correctly." And they're saying that as if that's supposed to make you feel insecure. Somebody else said, "Funny looking then, funny looking now." And then they have the Thomas the Train gif. Somebody commented that. So for those of you who don't know, some people, like if you have an oval shaped face and you're light skinned, I've noticed that in the Black women empowerment spaces, you guys saw me share a clip one time of Queen Chioma where they were talking about this other influencer and they said she looked like Thomas the Train. So I noticed that they have this tendency to call light-skinned women with oval face shapes Thomas the Train. But imagine if I pulled up a dark-skinned, unambiguous Black woman and then I put a picture of something, like blackface or something. Because the Thomas the Train, it almost reminds me of like how they used to do blackface, but they're kind of doing it the opposite. So it's like this big oval face and it's white looking. Somebody else said, "I like her real teeth more." So once again, they have to call out whatever's fake about you when you're the pretty girl. You have fake teeth. You have a fake body. You have a weave on. You have makeup on. Your eyebrows are messed up. And once again, this is just another humbling tactic. Someone else says, "She has such a big face." Okay, and she's a millionaire, so now what? How you like them apples? Somebody else said, "She was never really a pretty girl." Okay, so what's not pretty about her? It's obvious that she is pretty because she is a famous influencer. She's obviously receiving pretty privilege. She lives the lifestyle of a pretty girl. I believe that Ari Fletcher is actually drop dead gorgeous. I think she's very beautiful. She has straight white teeth. She has smooth, clear skin. Her hair is always really cute. Her makeup is always slayed. Yeah, she may have like kind of a trendy look. I know that not everyone's into the influencer look. I think the influencer look is still pretty though. But yeah, it's like if I would have called an unambiguous woman not pretty or saying that she has a weird face. Remember how Cat Williams was like, "Oh, they have light-skinned, weird-faced wives." If I would have called the girl from Romeo and Juliet weird-faced, then I would have been called a colorist and racist. But let's continue. This person has a picture of some sort of creature. I don't know what creature that's supposed to be, but they're using that to kind of say that that's what Ari Lennox looks like. Somebody else says, "She is and was always funny looking to me." Somebody else says, "She has the strangest features. OMG." Oh, I keep saying Ari Lennox. My bad. I meant to say Ari Fletcher. I think Ari has drop dead gorgeous features. She seems to have no problem attracting the lifestyle that she wants. She's got lots of like followers on Instagram. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because those are the things that people associate with pretty privilege. So obviously she is pretty because she's living the lifestyle of a pretty privileged woman. Somebody else said, "She always looks scary, for real, for real." Someone else, "She's funny looking and voice doesn't help." Somebody else said, "2018 pretty, 2023 giving jigsaw." So they're trying to say that she looks like a jigsaw puzzle from like, maybe getting fillers and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, she still is probably richer than everybody in this comment section. She still is an influencer. She's still doing Instagram modeling. So clearly none of her looks have ever held her back. And I've noticed a lot of women with inferiority complexes, they feel like their looks hold them back. And so they want to try to convince you as the pretty girl, "Oh, you're not that pretty," or "You're not as pretty as someone else," or "Your features look funny," "Your features look weird." But then they never point to what feature looks messed up. Somebody said, "Ooh wee, she's not cute. I never thought she was." Someone else said, "I'm sorry, she's not pretty." Someone else said, "I'm sorry, but she is not cute at all." And it's funny that person that said that, they have a picture of Rihanna in their AV. Ari Fletcher looks similar to Rihanna. I mean, her phenotype is very similar to Rihanna. So it's funny how this person literally has Rihanna in her AV, and then she's saying somebody with a similar skin tone and similar phenotype suddenly looks ugly. So these comments are just oozing with jealousy. Now they're putting pictures of like other creatures. I don't know what creature this is supposed to be. Some sort of horror movie person, kind of like a Jason looking creature. Somebody else said, "Might as well fix the nose too, sis." Okay, so they pointed out a feature. So let's pull up Ari Lennox and let's look at her nose. I see nothing wrong with her nose. So once again, have you ever noticed whatever features they call ugly tend to be features that simply make you look like a woman of color? And it's like, since when is being a woman of color ugly? Like, no. We've got millions of people who worship women with features similar to Ari Fletcher. Rihanna has a similar phenotype. As a matter of fact, let's pull up all of the women who are considered drop dead gorgeous who have similar phenotypes to Ari Fletcher, because I feel like flexing today. So Ari Fletcher is obviously drop dead gorgeous because lots of other women black women, this is not even about black men, this is about unambiguous black women, because most of these people in the comment section are women. So a lot of women praise all of these women up here with the same phenotype as Ari Fletcher, and they call these women beautiful. So how are all of these women considered beautiful? Oh, but then suddenly Ari Fletcher, oh no, you're not beautiful. Yeah, you're just regular. Oh yeah, you're not cute. It's oozing with jealousy. Somebody else did a pig emoji. So saying something's wrong with her nose or trying to like talk bad about her nose, I'm assuming. Somebody else said she kind of looks like a blow up doll. Okay, well, people spend thousands of dollars on blow up dolls. So all you're saying is that she looks sexually desirable, because that's what a blow up doll is. It's a doll that looks sexually desirable. So that's not the insult you think it is. Try again. Someone else said she's so weird looking to me. Okay, well, she's clearly not weird looking to herself because she is putting her face everywhere. She is an entire influencer. She has no problem with her face. She's getting out of the house. She's living her life. So just because her face may look weird to you doesn't mean it looks weird to others. Also, like I said, there are thousands of other women in the industry who have her same phenotype who are called drop dead gorgeous all the time. Somebody else said lip fillers are not for everybody. If she unbigged her top lip, it would definitely be better. Really? Well, what group of women are known for having large lips? So once again, a lot of these people don't realize that every diss they tried to give to somebody like Ari Fletcher, like saying, oh, if you need to unbig your lip. Okay, well, you're literally dissing big lips when we know that plenty of black women have big lips and it looks good. There's nothing wrong with big lips. So you don't get to decide the beauty standard for lips. You can be pretty with large lips, with small lips. But if you think Ari Fletcher's lips are big, well, so what? Somebody else said Miss Piggy. So once again, they're trying to compare her to an animal. But if I were to pull up an unambiguous black woman and compare her to an animal, my channel would be gone. And then once again, we got the Thomas the Train thing. I've noticed that they try to call us Thomas the Train all the time. Somebody else said pie face. Looks like a jigsaw for real. So as you can see, these people are these comments are oozing with jealousy. Just oozing with jealousy because Ari Fletcher is drop dead gorgeous. Somebody said, woo, that's a strong face. And then somebody else does a throw up emoji. Another person is doing a throw up emoji. So once again, the jealousy is really coming out. The claws are really coming out. I don't see people having this much of a reaction. This is exactly the reaction I talk about, actually, that a lot of pretty girls get, where people are either attracted to you and pedestalize you, or the jealous people, the claws just come out. The envy just can't be held in. They just had to take time out of their day to try to make you feel ugly because they can't stand to see a woman love herself out loud. They can't stand to see a woman want to enhance her beauty or switch up her look or, kind of showing her beauty. They can't stand that. Women with inferiority complexes or jealousy issues. Somebody else says, I personally think her cheeks are overfilled, which is why she has the moon face appearance. Never needed her cheeks or jaw injected. Somebody else said, she's kind of scary looking. Someone else said, better before. Now she looks hard. Okay, so you're associating strong jaw lines because she does appear to have potentially some cheek, maybe some jaw filler and lip filler. Okay, but who's known for having a strong, nice, angular jawline and full lips and high cheekbones? What group of women are known for having those exact features? Unambiguous, monoracial black women are known for those exact features that you're now saying it's kind of scary looking or like it's not cute. Somebody else put the handsome Squidward emoji on here trying to imply that she looks like that. Someone else said, I hate her eyebrows so much. She looks like an evil cartoon character. Okay, well, she's a millionaire with her cartoon character looking eyebrows, and she's got you talking with her cartoon character looking eyebrows, and she is still considered drop dead gorgeous with her cartoon looking eyebrows. Somebody else said, too much drag race. It came in our houses. So they're trying to now compare her to a transgender drag queen. If I ever pulled up a dark skinned black woman on my page and tried to say that she looks like a drag queen, my whole channel would not even exist. Somebody else said clown. So they're either talking about her makeup looking clownish or just her being a clown. Somebody else says gross. Someone else said she's not pretty for me. So do you see how many people will try to go out of their way to convince you that you're not pretty, that you're ugly, that you look so messed up, but then when you turn around, other women who look just like you are being praised for their beauty by this same group of women. And so this is how I know that it's based on envy, because they'll support your music, they'll support your phenotype. A lot of people will try to look like your phenotype. Some people will even brag about their sister being light skinned. They'll brag about their cousin being light skinned. They'll brag about their daughter being light skinned. They will randomly bring up that they have a light skinned boyfriend. But then if you love your light skin, or let's say you have that phenotype and you just like how you look, or you're just minding your own business, like Ari Fletcher, then suddenly, oh yeah, you're not pretty. Oh, excuse me, you look like a pig. Or they'll put up like handsome Squidward and stuff. And it's like, you guys are gaslighting, because clearly you do think that Ari Fletcher's phenotype is attractive, because a lot of you guys stan Rihanna, who has a similar phenotype to Ari Fletcher. So nice try. Someone else said looking like Little Kim. So they're trying to imply that because of her fillers and stuff, that's how she looks. Somebody else said too much Botox. And also it's like, why do you care? If Ari Fletcher is so ugly and basic and mediocre and has a strong jaw, if she has all these flaws, why do you care? The real way that ugly people are treated is they're treated as they're invisible. So the fact that she even has visibility, that tells me that she's not ugly. The fact that she has this much visibility to the point where she triggers extreme emotional reactions in people, that definitely tells me that she is very pretty, because you don't react to an ugly homeless person on the street. You don't react to an ugly, gross, creepy looking person this way, because you feel sorry for them. You feel empathy for them because you view them as like a victim, or you view them as being at the bottom. You only try to go out of your way to tear someone down if you feel like that girl is above you. So if you're going out of your way to tear down her beauty, it's because deep down inside, in your subconscious mind, you view her as prettier than you. Because notice how on this channel and in the exotical niche, we don't pull up pictures of unambiguous women and try to pick apart all their features like how these women are doing to Ari Fletcher. We don't pick apart people. Oh, look at her nose. Look at her eyebrows. Oh my God, look at this. We don't do that, because women who are actually pretty or who are into themselves, they don't even pay enough attention to other people to even notice the small, minute details, such as their eyebrow arch or like their eyebrow shape. I've never in my life stared at another woman's eyebrows. Never. Not once. Somebody else put a picture of like this ugly looking person putting on makeup in a way to make fun of her. And then once again, we got the Thomas the Train thing. Somebody else said odd surgery. It's another clone, saying she looks just like everybody else. So this reminds me of the whole "you're mediocre" talking point. Someone else said her face looks stiff now. Somebody else, she looks like a caricature drawing. Someone else said, this is a sickness. It's okay to love yourself and be natural. It ain't worth impressing the internet shorties. Really? So this is a sickness. It's okay to love yourself and be natural. What group of women have a collective image of being the least natural? I'm not even going to answer that, because this comment, you're literally exposing yourself, but okay. Somebody else said, all y'all talking shit, but y'all businesses aren't thriving. Your kid doesn't live with you. Your baby daddy is embarrassing, lame, but y'all feel so comfortable to down a lady y'all don't know. Exactly. But what do you ladies think? Have you ever had someone try to pinpoint your flaws, whether it's your eyebrows, maybe you got fillers or a surgery, maybe you're wearing a weave or something? Have you ever had people try to bully you because they're so incredibly jealous, when you know for a fact that you are attractive, and you also know that other women who look like you are deemed as being attractive by the same group of women? Because it's like Ari Fletcher's phenotype is called a preference, meaning it's preferred. Like, and by the way, I didn't make that phrase up. This is something that unambiguous black women have called Ari Fletcher's phenotype. So they're saying that she's like a preference or whatever, or she gets pedestalized. But then in the same breath, you're not cute, you're not pretty, you're ugly. Well, ugly women don't get a pedestal in society. They're invisible. So which one is it? And also, you're proving that she is actually very pretty because you are giving her so much visibility to the point where you stop scrolling specifically so you could try to comment to bring this woman down. But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comments section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.